Jason here from the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, coming at you with a brand new Unbox with Me video today. Today is Wednesday, August 27th, Hump Day, and we're going to unbox the toy. We're going to unbox our feelings. We're going to talk about life and everything in between. It's going to be a good show. Let me know how you're doing in the chat. Oh, Wednesday. What a day. Halfway through, guys. We got this. Let me know how you're doing. I do before we get going, I got to tell you about the Core. If you like the show, you want to help support the show, you can be a Core member. You can be one of the Cracktastic organization of retro plastic specialists. That's right. It's pretty cool. Right up there, it says enlistinthecore.com. That's our Patreon, basically. It takes you there. You can see a couple different levels. Just pocket change a month. Really helps the show, helps the podcast keep going. You get bonus episodes just for Core members. You get shout-outs on the show, early access to videos, and you get to be in a chat with Elgin and I and all the other Core members. Super fun. If you're more of a YouTube person, hit that join button down there. Same perks and prices. On YouTube, you get your name gets to be a different color in the chat. You get a little badge next to your name showing you how long you've been a member. And I know those members love that. And you get access to some exclusive emojis in the chat as well. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Never mind all that super chat business, but anybody can do that. That's what I know. Yeah. So, if you like the show, you want to help support, there's a couple ways to do it. We really would appreciate that. Last Monday's episode, awesome. 2 nights ago, super great. Action figure cleanup. It was suggested by our Core member, Bill. And he was moving. He wanted to get his old toys out of the totes and get them into the new place looking good. And we gave him a lot of good tips. We had some great comments in the chat. It was a really fun episode. I mean, they all are, but it's good. And it felt informational. So be sure to go back and check that one out. 135. Anyway. They're racking up weekly here. We haven't quite picked an episode. We're going to do that today. For next Monday, I just threw a suggestion at Elgin. I mean, we'll probably want to do it soon anyway, but just my suggestion was a halfway to the award show that we do at the end of every year. Just like pick one or two of our favorite toys this year. And talk about them, and then we can see, if they make it to the end, where they fall in the top 5, because we do a top 5 toys at the end of every year. So it's just kind of fun to see how that goes and changes. So that might be next. I'm sure he'll be fine with that, but that's what I'm pushing for. If not next week, it'll be soon. So that's what I know. Big weekend plans? What's going on? Anybody doing anything? Any toy shows? Any toy stores? I might be getting to go to one. Going down to St. Louis. Six Flags this weekend. Pretty excited. But I'm sure she said the words Time Warp Toys. So I didn't even have to say it. So I assume we're going. A boy can hope, I guess. So hopefully find some goodies down there. Let me know what you're planning on doing. If you want to unbox a toy with me today, you can. You always can, even whether you're watching today or watching later. When you subscribe to the channel, there's a little bell icon pops up. That just sends you a notification when these live streams happen, and that way you can, since they're always a little random, then it lets you know when they're going to be. So if not today, next time you got your toy, you're like, I want to wait and unbox this with Jason. And you can do that live here on the show. So there's just way in. a way to get a hold of me in the description below. And I'll send you a link you can be on. Dwight Race, welcome. Nice to see you or hear from you. Big up. Great meeting you the other day at Cracktastic Plasticon. I'm glad it's just fun meeting Transformer fans, especially here in small town Iowa. It's not that it's few and far between, but not at the level we collect at for sure. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we'll just get into it. No big deal. I got a stack of toys over there. It needs unboxing. So it's going to happen either way. It's just going to happen. Hey, look at that. Oh, we got newest core member, Mike Ward, says, I am also here. Can't wait to see what you are unboxing today. Well, I'll tell you what, this may shock you, but I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about this one. It is a new toy, a new figure, not a new character. This character first came onto the scene way back in, I don't know when the hell that was, Transformers Cybertron. And I was definitely all the way back in collecting during the Unicron trilogy. 100% Armada. I think I have a pretty complete Armada. I have a lot of Energon, and then it faded a little. And I don't, Cybertron's probably 75-80% complete. So I like it. I like them all. And for years after that, they got lame fast, because they were big and chunky. And then we got into awesome stuff like alternators, and then it moved on, and eventually movie came, and then War for Cybertron, and then the rest is history. But Combiner Wars and Prime, that trilogy too. But it didn't take long for the Unicron trilogy toys to get kind of lame because they were very blocky and weird. It was kind of all new characters, some similar names, but they basically kind of started over on a lot, or they changed characters. It was a weird time, but then not weird. I think it's something that we all kind of want nowadays. Not that I don't love the G1 love, because that'll always be my first love, but they really changed it up back then. So I don't even remember what I was going to say. Yeah. So but now looking back, after all these years later, there's some really good nostalgia for these toys, even though they're weird and blocky, and they have more articulation than G1, obviously, but they're just weird toys. I think we can appreciate what they were doing now even more, and really grown to like them, and appreciate them like we probably didn't at the time. Just got back from a toy hunt. Didn't find anything I needed. Oh, dang it. Didn't have any masterpieces out there in the world yet. Crazy kid. I don't know. I'm torn. A lot of days I wished I'd have went the masterpiece route and just done the one character, one toy of every character kind of thing, the best version of that character. But I've just been a sucker for Chug since the beginning. I love it all. And so I'll just keep getting the same stuff over and over again. So that's kind of what today is about. We got this Cybertron toy that was remade in the Age of the Primes line. Out of nowhere. I don't think anyone saw this coming when it was announced, because it just isn't a guy that has been in much continuity-wise. But he's always been wicked looking to me. I really love his style, his look, and that head sculpt is kind of really badass. And we'll get into that. Any guesses yet? Today we're going to be unboxing Transformers Age of the Primes sideways. Get a little look here. Sideways, a little hard to see. head there, but we'll get into it. Oh, really cool Cybertronian jet with the forward swooped wings. Really cool. Let's get a thumbnail here. Let's get the lighting, make the weird sound. Oh, I'm so excited. Dwight says, it's a waiting game. I pretty much filled out my G1 chug line. Yeah. Where I'm like, channel member number 1, Miss Tiffany says, I don't care about jets unless they're G2 cyber jets. She's on the hunt. One left. If you've been paying attention, you heard the story. One left. Sure, yeah, they're awesome too, but these jets are amazing. I do have the original, so we'll do some comparing, some side by sides, and the original was also re-released in something else that I have a version of, just a completely different paint job, which is really cool. We'll share that too. Yeah, so Cybertron had the gimmick, the Cyber Key, where you would put the key in it somewhere and it would activate an action feature. Either a missile would pop out or shoot, or things would flip up. It was very cool thing. And then with the new line, they don't do that stuff anymore, but you can see we got the Cyber Key. They actually started including it a while back. It's much smaller and it still fits where it should fit, but it's pretty cool. I mean, I appreciate the gesture. If they're not going to include spring-loaded stuff and cool stuff like that, then Mike says very cool. I've been thinking about picking this up. Well, let's take a closer look, shall we? Oh, Sharps McGee. That's the name of my knife, I guess. Probably need you again. Let's see what's in here. Oh, we got some paperwork jumping out as always. Oop, we got. I like that they put the Cybertron logo with it, even though they don't on the front now. They didn't even put the Cybertron sideways on there, but at least they include that logo in this and then on the box too. Instructions, hopefully you won't need that. I'm not going to use them. And that's all we got in there. Here he is on the box. Oh, he comes with all his things. So he's a little more parts formery than the original version. Like these just straight up plug in, and so does this guy, where they were pretty much attached before. And then you see the Cyber Key. Awesome. Let's call that head sculpt, right? It's like very Dracula, very sinister. It's just those big old horns. That's cool. Let's free him from his earthly prison, shall we? Ugh. A little bit in the hands there. Okay. One wing. Two wings. Are any of you guys a fan of the Cybertron toy line or the Unicron trilogy in general? Dwight says the best and only G2 recoloring is Sideswipe. Ooh, that's a good point. Sideswipe's recolor was pretty awesome with the mostly black and that neon green. He's one I don't have G2 of yet, but I will someday, because I want to get him with those big stupid missiles that he comes with and stuff. I'd like to get him complete. All right, let me get the stuff on this guy first and fix his feet and things. They were just kind of all folded up when he got. So he's got little 5mm ports on the side of his legs, and you can see that little peg right there. That basically just goes on there. And then when it's plane time, then that 5mm post right there goes in for the wings. But so it just comes off and goes back on, not a little parts warmer. Hey, we got Turtle's Toy Box in the house. What's up? What's up, y'all? Pizza. Heck yes. So the original gimmick, here's his little shieldy thing. It's got a little slot, slots. In there, we got the cyber key. No, it's not translucent. That's kind of a bummer, but. And then you would place this in there, and then that would release these guys would flip out, but you just got to fold them out now yourself. On the bottom, there's a little flip out peg right here, and then that goes in the 5mm peg on the side of his arm. Now this was definitely part of his arm in the originals. Like that did not come off his arm. It was just built into his arm. That's the way it was, which made it interesting and challenging to transform, because you got this big old thing that you have to keep with his arm. And let's take a look at Sideways. Look at that head sculpt. That's so cool. Love these colors, that black and orange, a little bit of gold in there. So cool. Dwight asks, what's your opinion of the NFL Transformer figures on Amazon? My opinion is I love them. I think they're great and fun, but word is they're doing all the teams, but my team's not out yet. So that's the only thing that's I don't want any of the ones that they've offered so far. I think they're great, and I've sent them to just normie sports fans that I know that one of those teams are their favorites. But my team, the Buffalo Bills, aren't one of them yet. So yeah, not a lot of kibble. So a difference on the back of this, a difference from the original one, is these are independent, moving these little fins on the back side there, so you can use those at different heights when you're posing him, which is really cool. He's got really pointy knees, but they go up really far. Let me get it in my face here. Yeah, really, really bendable knees, but they are very pointy. Yeah, Sideways. I agree, Turtles Toy Box. That is a really cool color scheme. I agree. Turns into a pretty cool little Cybertronian jet. I'll show you that one more time. But that's what he basically turns into. You see that little piece just kind of clips on the top. You see how the wings kind of just plop onto the side there once it's together. Yeah. Oh gosh. And so like with all these new modern versions, like normally they've been smaller. The new versions have almost all been smaller, which is weird and sad, I guess. Yep, don't want to break that. Feels like it goes more, but this guy's actually bigger than the original, which is pretty darn cool. Twice says, if Hasbro was smart, they'd make to order with the NFL teams. All the bots are just the same. That needs the team's paint job. I know. seeing as they're all the same with a different paint job logo on the side, I assume they had blasted out all 32 relatively quick, or it was really just to test the waters. Here's the 4 most popular teams ish, and if those sell, we can afford to put out the others. I assume that's what it is. Let's take a look at Sideways, Cybertron Sideways original. Here's the original. So right off the bat, you can see that it's got some translucent orange in there. You see that cyber key is much bigger, translucent. You can see, yeah. That's the other thing about Sideways I didn't really tell you about, is that he's kind of a spy. He's a double agent. So on the back or on the front here, you see it's an Autobot symbol. That's all he's really got. Well, he's kind of got something on his crest, but on the back here, there's a little slidey lever. Just slid it down. Oh, it's halfway in between there. But now it's up. Oh, you can kind of see it. Decepticon, Autobot. Which is he? So he's kind of that double crossing guy. Let's get this back on there. So the original, yeah, you can see some more translucent orange there in the like hood, the front of the spaceship. The main awesomest thing, and I should just get a little tiny light to show you guys, but it has light piping in the eyes and the head. You can see the back of his head there is a translucent orange. So you can see that his orange of his face would glow. You can kind of see it glowing there. That's a really neat touch. Pretty dang similar. You put them together. Lots of similarities. Pretty dang close, really. Yeah, you can just see how that translucentness does change things. But that head sculpt, man, is so freaking cool. Love it. Same on the back. A lot of similarities. Already can't. Oh, come on, hands. Energon. I know. So the translucent one is the original one from Cybertron. This guy. This is the new one, where it's more opaque. All that orange is pretty much opaque. Still cool. Still great. Yeah, that translucency is pretty wicked. Okay, and so this original Energon Sideways was repainted. One time in the main line. He was used a couple times in BotCon stuff, but he was also put out in the Universe line in a 2-pack with Springer, and the 2-pack was called Standoff Beneath the Streets, and his repaint was Rat Bat. So Rat Bat, the original was repainted as Rat Bat. This really pretty purple, lavendery. You see, so it's got a bat symbol in there. Pretty planet key. See them side by side. Pretty cool. Pretty cool repaint with the Rat Bat. And again, at the time, there just wasn't a lot of Rat Bat stuff. So it was awesome that they redid them. But that light piping, so cool. Oh, so yeah, I agree with you. I bet Turtles toy boxes, I bet they look good under a strong UV light. Yeah, I need to get at least a little little flashlight or something I can at least shine in the back here. But today we got Cybertron Sideways, a nice updated version. He transforms similarly, but does some pretty cool things differently. He's super posable, even more than the original. So much sturdier too. If you didn't get the original, 100% recommend, because they're pretty dang close to the same size. I might just have something weird with his feet here that's not. I don't have them. Got it. Anyway, they're pretty dang close to the same size. Really cool figure. And that head's just little Dracula like helmet. Weird. So cool. It's almost like teeth coming up there. So wicked. Such a cool head sculpt. Nothing else like that guy. Energon sideways. All right. That's what I know. Get an old school tube blacklight. Trust me, it's way better in your opinion. Yeah, no, I should. I used to have when we were kids in the old bedroom at home. Of course, we had one of those things, but yeah, I'll try to get one. Check it out. I bet it really would glow more. All right, this is our look at Transformers Age of the Primes, Cybertron Sideways. I really appreciate everyone tuning in and hanging out with me today and all the awesome comments. That's it. That's all I know. Be sure to check out enlistinthecorps.com if you haven't already. You want to help support the show. I'd appreciate that. And if I don't see you soon, we'll definitely see you Monday night, every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, for the live podcast episode every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Thanks to all the Corps members. Thank you all for tuning in. Y'all rock. I got to find the right button. This stuff's hard. Anyway, have a good rest of your week. And until next time, keep being awesome, guys. Bye-bye.